Normally, I have no warning about guests, but Jacob was touted to me as a bright young man joining his first two-way. And Jacob, may be a little bit unfair to have you call first because you've never been on the platform before, as I understand it. But just tell us where you are. You're a Princeton student, as I understand it. Where are you, and what's on your mind for Robbie and Maureen?
Jake or Jacob. I'm a Princeton student who's on a 2-year break working for in marketing for my professor. But I've been a conservative my whole life, and I grew up in Seattle. That's where I am in now. And then I, was out in the sort of in the trenches in the Ivy Leagues, which are, very, very left wing. And there's always a known principle that you have to sort of lie to your teachers, lie to your professors, and that your friends, it's harder to make friends. You got a tighter circle and all of that. And the way I saw this story, I kind of felt three levels of it. The first of his family and his friends, and sort of just the sorrow for his daughter who's never going to see her father again, and all of that. And then I saw the sort of thoughts on the sort of stochastic terrorism and why this happened and how he got shot and why that would have happened. But then the third story, which was I didn't expect at all, was people who I knew told me that he deserved to die. And then when I asked them why, young Gen Z people would tell me all his opinions on abortion, his opinions on guns, his opinions who I hold and have held my entire life. And I even had one person who refused to answer whether or not I deserve to die. And that was the kind of thing that shocked me just scrolling through Twitter, scrolling through Reddit, glued to my phone the last couple of days, seeing these people. And I've suddenly realized that, and I don't know what percentage it is, maybe it's 5, maybe it's 25, but an enormous percentage of my neighbors don't just, want assassinations of other people, but are at least iffy on the assassination of me. And
Wow.
that's
Jacob,
the kind of thing.
thank you for sharing that. These aren't people you know. These are people you're interacting with on social media.
There's one person who I knew who refused to answer that question, and then
Yeah,
thousands that I've seen on social media.
yeah,
And it was the kind of thing that I mean, frankly, my question to all of you is I don't know what to do with that information. That
yeah,
I never realized how many people out there were just violent and hateful to this degree. And
yeah,
so I don't know what to do with that.
yeah. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you for coming on, sharing that.